15 mind-blowing facts about Australia. What if I told you that Australia is not just a land of beautiful beaches and cute kangaroos, but also one of the most dangerous places on Earth? A country where some of the deadliest creatures, the harshest landscapes, and the most extreme weather exist side by side. From the world's most venomous snakes to the terrifying depths of the ocean, Australia is home to nature's most lethal forces. And yet, it's also one of the most breathtaking and fascinating places in the world. Australia is often seen as a dream destination, filled with stunning landscapes, crystal clear waters, and endless sunshine. But behind its postcard-perfect scenery lies a world of danger, where something as simple as taking a swim, walking in the outback, or even touching a tree could be a life-or-death situation. It's a land where sharks patrol the waters, crocodiles lurk beneath the surface, and deadly spiders hide in plain sight. But what makes Australia so extreme? Is it the unforgiving deserts, the toxic creatures, or the mysteries of the outback? In this documentary, we're uncovering 15 mind-blowing facts about Australia, the world's deadliest country. You'll learn about its terrifying wildlife, bizarre natural phenomena, and extreme survival stories that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about this country. And here's the most shocking part. There's one fact about Australia that even locals fear the most. Stay with us till the end to find out what makes this country truly unlike any other place on Earth. You won't believe what we're about to reveal. If there's one thing that sets Australia apart from the rest of the world, it's the sheer number of deadly creatures that call this country home. Nowhere else on Earth has such a high concentration of venomous snakes, deadly spiders, man-eating crocodiles, and dangerous marine life all in one place. It's as if nature designed Australia to be a survival test for humans. Australia is home to 21 of the 25 most venomous snakes in the world, including the inland taipan, also known as the fear snake, the most venomous snake on the planet. A single bite can kill 100 adult humans in just minutes. But snakes aren't the only danger. The country is crawling with deadly spiders like the Sydney funnel web spider, which can cause paralysis and death in under an hour. And then there's the ocean, where the box jellyfish lurks. This seemingly harmless creature is responsible for more deaths in Australia than shark attacks, with venom so powerful it can stop a human heart within minutes. Even Australia's innocent-looking seashells can kill you. The geography cone snail carries venom that causes instant paralysis, with no known antidote. Let's not forget the apex predators of Australia, the saltwater crocodile and the great white shark. These prehistoric beasts dominate their environments, making Australia one of the few places where both land and sea are equally deadly. Whether you're swimming, hiking, or just relaxing, danger is always nearby in Australia. So, why does Australia have so many deadly creatures? Scientists believe it's due to its isolated evolution and harsh climate, which led animals to develop potent venoms and extreme survival tactics. Whether you're fascinated or terrified, one thing is clear. Australia is nature's deadliest playground. And we're just getting started. Australia's crystal clear waters may look like paradise, but beneath the surface lurks one of the ocean's most feared predators, the great white shark. Australia has one of the highest numbers of shark attacks in the world, earning it the title of the Great White Shark Capital of the World. With its vast coastline and deep shark-infested waters, this country has become a hunting ground for these massive predators. Great white sharks can grow up to 20 feet long and weigh over 2,000 kilograms, 4,400 pounds, making them one of the largest predatory fish on Earth. These creatures can sense even a single drop of blood from miles away, using their powerful electroreceptors to detect movement in the water. Their bite force is estimated to be around 4,000 pounds per square inch, capable of crushing bone with ease. While shark attacks on humans are rare, Australia experiences more great white shark attacks than anywhere else in the world. Locations like South Australia, Western Australia, and New South Wales are known hotspots where surfers and swimmers face the constant risk of an encounter. Some of the most infamous attacks have occurred off the coast of Adelaide, Byron Bay, and Perth, where sharks have been known to attack boats, jet skis, and even cages meant for shark diving. To minimize the risk, shark nets and drones are now used to monitor beaches, and some areas even have shark alert apps that notify beachgoers when one has been spotted nearby. But despite all precautions, these apex predators remain an unavoidable part of Australia's waters. So, what makes Australia's waters so attractive to these giants? The answer lies in the abundance of prey, from seals to large schools of fish, making it a perfect feeding ground. Whether you're an experienced diver or just taking a swim, one thing is certain: you're never truly alone in Australia's oceans. When people think of dangerous marine creatures, they usually imagine sharks. But in Australia, the most deadly thing lurking in the water is something far smaller and almost invisible: the box jellyfish. This seemingly delicate sea creature is actually the most venomous marine animal on Earth, responsible for more deaths in Australia than shark attacks, crocodiles, and snakes combined. The box jellyfish is found in the warm coastal waters of northern Australia, especially in places like Queensland, the Northern Territory, and Western Australia. It has a transparent, cube-shaped body and tentacles that can grow up to 10 feet long, making it almost impossible to see in the water. But the real danger lies in its venom, so potent that it can cause cardiac arrest, paralysis, and death in minutes. What makes the box jellyfish even more terrifying is its sting. The tentacles are covered in millions of microscopic harpoons, which inject venom upon contact. Victims describe the pain as excruciating, like being burned alive or electrocuted, and the scars left behind can last for years. In severe cases, the venom can shut down a person's heart within 2 to 5 minutes, leaving almost no time for rescue. Because of this, stinger season, from October to May, is a major concern for beachgoers in northern Australia. Many beaches put up stinger nets, and swimmers are advised to wear protective wetsuits to avoid getting stung. Some areas even have vinegar stations along the beaches, as vinegar can help neutralize the venom before medical help arrives. Despite its deadly reputation, the box jellyfish is an important part of the ocean's ecosystem. But if you're swimming in Australian waters during stinger season, one thing is clear: you're better off staying on land than risking an encounter with this silent killer. The Australian Outback is a vast, unforgiving wilderness that covers nearly 70% of the country, a land of scorching heat, barren deserts, and extreme isolation. It is one of the harshest environments on Earth, where survival is not guaranteed, and even the toughest explorers can find themselves in serious danger. Temperatures in the Outback can soar above 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, while at night, they can drop to freezing levels. This extreme climate makes it nearly impossible for humans to survive without proper preparation. Water sources are scarce, and the heat can lead to deadly dehydration within hours. Many who have wandered off course in the Outback, whether tourists or locals, have never been seen again. One of the most dangerous aspects of the Outback is its remoteness. Unlike other deserts in the world, the Outback stretches for thousands of kilometers, with little to no human settlements in between. Some areas are so isolated that if your car breaks down, help could be days or even weeks away. The lack of cell service in many areas makes it nearly impossible to call for rescue, meaning one wrong turn could be a death sentence. The Outback is also home to deadly wildlife, from venomous snakes like the inland taipan, the most venomous snake in the world, to aggressive dingoes and massive saltwater crocodiles lurking near waterholes. Even the smallest creatures, like giant centipedes and redback spiders, can deliver a bite that could land you in the hospital, or worse. Yet, despite its dangers, the Outback remains one of the most stunning landscapes on Earth, filled with towering rock formations, breathtaking desert sunsets, and indigenous cultures that have survived for over 50,000 years. It is a place of both beauty and danger, where nature reigns supreme, and where only the strongest survive. Australia isn't just home to deadly animals. It also experiences some of the most extreme and dangerous weather on the planet. From scorching heat waves to devastating bushfires, massive floods, and Category 5 cyclones, Australia's climate is as deadly as its wildlife. One of the biggest threats is heat waves. Australia regularly experiences temperatures exceeding 50 degrees Celsius (122 degrees Fahrenheit) in summer, making it one of the hottest places on Earth. Heat waves in Australia have caused more deaths than all other natural disasters combined, as extreme heat can lead to fatal dehydration and heat stroke within hours. Then there are bushfires, which are some of the most catastrophic in the world. The Black Summer bushfires 2019 to 2020 burned over 47 million acres of land, killed billions of animals, and caused mass destruction across the country. Australia's dry climate and strong winds create the perfect conditions for fast-spreading fires, leaving little time for evacuation. But Australia's weather isn't just hot, it can also be dangerously wet and stormy. The country frequently experiences massive floods, especially in Queensland and New South Wales, where heavy rains can quickly submerge entire towns. Cyclones, the southern hemisphere's version of hurricanes, hit the northern coastlines with winds exceeding 250 kilometers per hour, 155 miles per hour, leaving behind destruction and chaos. Australia is also known for having the most unpredictable weather patterns. One minute, the sun is shining, and the next, a massive hailstorm with golf ball-sized ice chunks is smashing through cars and windows. Dust storms, known as aboobs, can blanket entire cities in thick red dust, making it impossible to see or breathe properly. With such unforgiving and extreme weather conditions, Australia proves that it's not just its wildlife that's deadly. The land itself is a force to be reckoned with. Whether it's fire, water, wind, or heat, the country's climate is a constant challenge for survival. Lurking in the murky waters of Australia's northern rivers, estuaries, and coastlines is one of the most ferocious predators on Earth, the saltwater crocodile, or salty, as the locals call it. This is not just any crocodile. It is the largest living reptile on the planet, capable of growing up to 7 meters, 23 feet, long and weighing over 1,000 kilograms, 2,200 pounds. This prehistoric beast has remained virtually unchanged for over 200 million years, making it one of the most perfectly designed killing machines in nature. What makes the saltwater crocodile so deadly? Its bone-crushing bite is the most powerful of any animal, measuring at an astonishing 3,700 pounds per square inch size, which is more than twice the strength of a great white shark's bite. Once a crocodile grabs hold of its prey, it performs a death roll, twisting its victim violently to tear it apart. There is no escape once a salty locks its jaws around you. Unlike other predators, saltwater crocodiles don't just attack when they're hungry. They kill purely out of territorial aggression. These crocs ambush their victims, waiting motionless beneath the water surface before launching an explosive attack in just milliseconds. They've been known to drag humans, cattle, and even sharks underwater, never letting go. Saltwater crocodiles can be found across northern Australia, from Queensland to the Northern Territory, with hotspots in places like Darwin, Kakadu National Park, and the Daintree Rainforest. Despite warning signs, tourists and locals sometimes ignore the danger, leading to deadly encounters every year. The Australian government has put strict conservation laws in place to protect these reptiles, as they were once nearly hunted to extinction. But with their numbers rising again, these crocs are reclaiming their territories, proving that in Australia's wild waters, they are the true apex predators. Whether you're fishing, swimming, or just near the water's edge, remember, if you see a ripple in the water, it may already be too late. When it comes to Australia's dangerous plants, the gympie tree stands out as one of the deadliest. This seemingly ordinary plant, native to Queensland and parts of the Northern Territory, has earned the nickname suicide plant for a terrifying reason. Its sting is so painful that it's been known to drive people to take drastic measures to escape the agony. The gympie tree, also known as Dendrochnide moroides, has hair-like structures on its leaves and stems that release a highly toxic compound upon contact. The plant sting is unlike anything you've ever felt, causing intense pain that can last for weeks or even months. Victims often describe the sensation as burning, stabbing, and unrelenting, as if the pain is continuing to grow worse with time. The venom works by attacking the nervous system, causing swelling, nausea, and muscle paralysis. In some severe cases, the pain is so unbearable that it has been linked to psychological trauma, hence the nickname suicide plant. There have even been reports of people in extreme pain who have tried to end their suffering by taking their own lives, but there have also been instances of survival despite the overwhelming effects. The plant sting is not only painful but dangerous. If left untreated, the venom can cause long-term damage to the skin, leaving permanent scars. The gimpy is so notorious that even the Australian military has used it as a natural deterrent for invasion training. Despite its reputation, the gimpy tree is part of Australia's natural landscape and ecosystem. It thrives in rainforests and can grow up to 6 meters, 20 feet, tall. But if you're hiking in the rainforests of Queensland, be warned, this seemingly harmless-looking plant could be the last thing you want to brush against. When exploring Australia's wilderness, always stay alert and respect the power of its deadly flora. Some plants, like the gimpy, are far more dangerous than you could ever imagine. Australia is home to some of the world's most terrifying spiders, but none are as unsettling as the huntsman spider. Known for its impressive size and speed, the huntsman is the largest spider species in the world in terms of leg span, with some individuals reaching up to 30 centimeters, 12 inches, across, about the size of a dinner plate. But it's not just their size that makes them frightening. It's the way they move. Huntsman spiders are fast and unpredictable. Unlike most spiders that crawl slowly, the huntsmen dart around at lightning speed, often scaring people when they unexpectedly appear in homes or vehicles. Their long legs and flattened bodies allow them to squeeze into small hidden spaces, making them incredibly difficult to avoid. They're known to sometimes hide under car sunshades or inside shoes, where they can startle unsuspecting victims with their sudden appearance. While they are not venomous enough to be life-threatening to humans, a bite from a huntsman can still be quite painful. The venom, though not deadly, can cause intense localized pain and swelling, along with other symptoms like nausea and dizziness. Some people may also have an allergic reaction to the venom, causing more severe symptoms. Thankfully, huntsman bites rarely require medical treatment, but they are a painful reminder of how unsettling life in Australia can be. Despite their terrifying appearance, huntsman spiders are generally not aggressive toward humans. They prefer to stay hidden, coming out primarily to hunt insects, which means they're often considered natural pest controllers. In fact, they're one of the best at keeping down cockroach and fly populations. However, the shock factor is undeniable. Many people living in Australia have had the unsettling experience of encountering these giant spiders in their homes, sometimes even finding them hanging from the ceiling or scurrying across the walls. So while they're not deadly, the huntsman spider is a force to be reckoned with in the Australian wilderness. And when you're in the country, it's best to remember, the bigger the spider, the bigger the surprise. Australia's beautiful beaches may appear inviting, but hidden beneath the crystal-clear waters is one of the most deadly forces in the ocean, rip currents. These powerful, fast-moving currents are responsible for more deaths in Australia than sharks or stinging jellyfish combined. While the beaches in places like Bondi, Manly, and Byron Bay are famous for their surf and sun, they also harbor some of the most dangerous rip currents in the world. A rip current is a narrow, fast-moving flow of water that pushes out to sea, away from the shore. It can develop in seconds and become strong enough to pull swimmers, even strong swimmers, into deeper, more dangerous waters. These currents can travel at speeds of up to 2 meters per second, about 4.5 miles per hour, which is faster than an Olympic swimmer. In many cases, people get caught in these currents and are swept away without warning, making them incredibly dangerous for those unfamiliar with the ocean's power. One of the most alarming aspects of rip currents is how difficult they are to spot. While the waves on the surface may look calm, the rip current can be invisible beneath the water surface, moving rapidly toward deeper water. This makes it easy for swimmers to get caught off guard, especially when they are swimming alone or drifting too far from the shore. Even lifeguards who are trained to recognize and rescue those caught in rip currents sometimes face dangerous situations in these same conditions. In Australia, it's estimated that nearly 50 people drown every year due to rip currents, many of whom are visitors who are unfamiliar with how to escape them. So, how do you survive if you're caught in a rip current? Stay calm and remember, don't fight the current. Instead, swim parallel to the shore until you're out of the current's pull, and then swim back to land. If you're struggling, try to signal for help or float on your back until assistance arrives. While Australia's beaches are stunning and a major draw for tourists, they're also a reminder that the ocean can be unpredictable and deadly. Always be cautious and never underestimate the power of the sea. In the remote, desolate expanses of the Australian outback, there's an eerie phenomenon that has puzzled locals and scientists alike for generations: the Min-Min lights. These strange, glowing orbs appear on the horizon, often at night, and have been witnessed by countless travelers, but their true nature remains a mystery. The lights are described as floating, luminescent balls that seem to hover just above the ground, often moving unpredictably or disappearing when approached. Some claim they are as small as a torchlight, while others report seeing them as large, glowing orbs that drift slowly across the vast outback landscape. The lights have been known to follow travelers for miles, only to vanish when you try to get closer or chase them. The Min-Min lights are named after a small town in the Northern Territory, where these phenomena were first reported by settlers in the early 1900s. Over the years, many theories have been put forward to explain the lights, ranging from natural causes to paranormal phenomena. Some believe that the lights are caused by atmospheric gases or reflections of vehicle headlights on the horizon. Others, however, swear they've witnessed the lights in areas where no vehicles could be seen for hundreds of miles, leading to speculation that they may be connected to spiritual or extraterrestrial forces. Scientists have suggested that the lights could be an optical illusion caused by the unique geography of the outback, where temperature inversions and dust particles in the air can create strange visual effects. However, no one has been able to conclusively prove this theory. For many, the mystery remains unsolved, adding to the legendary allure of the outback. The Min-Min lights are not just an unexplained phenomenon. They are deeply woven into the mythology and culture of a region, with indigenous Australian peoples telling stories of spirit lights guiding the lost souls of travelers. Whatever the true explanation, the Min-Min lights remain one of Australia's most bizarre and haunting mysteries, reminding us that even in the world's most remote places, the unknown is never far away. Whether they are natural, paranormal, or a figment of imagination, the lights continue to draw the curious, the brave, and the skeptical to the Australian outback. Australia isn't just famous for its beaches and laid-back surf culture. It is also known for some of the largest and most dangerous waves in the world. Surfing in Australia is not for the faint of heart. The country's coastlines, especially in places like New South Wales, Western Australia, and Tasmania, are home to some of the deadliest surf spots, where massive waves reach up to 80 feet, 24 meters, in height, making it a haven for experienced surfers seeking extreme challenges. One of the most notorious waves in the world is Shipstern Bluff, located in Tasmania. Known for its freakishly large, unpredictable waves, Shipstern Bluff is considered one of the most dangerous surf breaks on Earth. The wave has a massive double-up where the initial wave breaks, but the second wave behind it can hit the surfer with terrifying power. Surfers who venture here face not only giant waves, but also extremely cold water, sharp rocks near the shore, and unpredictable currents. It's a spot where the world's best surfers prove their skills or risk serious injury. Another infamous surf spot is the Pipeline, located off the coast of Western Australia. This wave is known for its barrel-shaped tubes that can swallow a surfer whole if they're not quick enough to escape. At the Pipeline, the waves can reach up to 50 feet 15 meters, and their force and speed can break a surfboard in seconds. Surfers attempting to ride these waves must be prepared for high-speed wipeouts, and often the water underneath the waves is full of jagged reef that can cause serious injuries if a surfer is slammed into it. The Gold Coast, one of Australia's most popular surfing destinations, also boasts some of the longest and most powerful waves in the world. Snapper Rocks, with its massive barrels and fast breaks, is known to challenge even the most experienced surfers. Its wave formations, which can stretch over 500 meters, give surfers the opportunity to ride the wave for a longer time, but also make them vulnerable to risky wipeouts. Despite the risks, these dangerous waves draw surfers from across the globe, eager to test their abilities against the world's most intense surf conditions. For the fearless, Australia offers an adventure like no other, where the ocean's raw power and beauty come with a dose of extreme danger. But for those brave enough to ride the waves, the reward is unmatched, as these legendary surf spots provide an adrenaline rush like no other place on Earth. Australia is home to more venomous snake species than any other country in the world. With 21 out of the 25 most venomous snakes on Earth found within its borders, it's no surprise that Australia has earned its reputation as the land of some of the deadliest creatures. Whether you're hiking through the bush, strolling on a beach, or even just relaxing in your backyard, you could encounter a snake, many of which are capable of delivering a bite that could be fatal within hours. The most famous and feared of these is the inland taipan, or the fear snake. This snake, found in the deserts of Australia's interior, is considered the most venomous snake on the planet. A single bite from this relatively small snake contains enough venom to kill up to 100 adult humans in minutes. Thankfully, the inland taipan is extremely reclusive and avoids human interaction, but its venom is so potent that even in small doses, it can cause complete paralysis and death. Next up is the eastern brown snake, which is responsible for more fatalities in Australia than any other snake species. Found across much of the eastern half of Australia, this snake is quick, aggressive, and highly venomous. Its bite can cause internal bleeding and paralysis, and the venom acts so rapidly that without immediate medical attention, death can occur in just 30 minutes. Despite its reputation, the eastern brown snake often tries to avoid human contact and will only attack if it feels threatened. Then there's the coastal taipan, another deadly snake that is found along the coastal regions of Australia. It has venom that's almost as potent as that of the inland taipan, and its bite causes severe muscle damage, bleeding, and organ failure. The tiger snake, known for its banded pattern and aggressive nature, also ranks as one of the most dangerous snakes in Australia. Its venom can cause severe neurological symptoms and death if not treated quickly. What makes these snakes particularly dangerous is their ability to blend into the environment. Many are well camouflaged, making them hard to spot, and others, like the red-bellied black snake, are often found near areas where humans live, such as parks, gardens, and bushland, increasing the risk of encounters. Despite their terrifying venom, snake bites in Australia are rare, thanks to effective antivenoms and medical care that has greatly reduced fatalities. Nevertheless, the sheer number and potency of venomous snakes in Australia make it a country where caution is a must when stepping into the wild. Whether you're exploring the bush, walking on a trail, or even just enjoying the outdoors, always be aware of your surroundings, because when it comes to Australia's snakes, you never know when you might be in striking distance. In the wilds of Australia, there's a terrifying legend that has sent many unsuspecting tourists into a panic: the drop bear. This creature, which looks like a giant, bloodthirsty koala, is said to lurk in the treetops, silently watching for prey below. According to the myth, the drop bear drops down from the trees, attacking its victim with savage force, and is known to knock out hikers, campers, and tourists who wander too close to the trees. The folklore surrounding this creature is so well known that many Australians enjoy scaring newcomers by warning them about the danger of a drop bear attack. The drop bear is a classic piece of Australian humor, a tall tale invented by locals as a prank to scare tourists. Despite its terrifying reputation, the drop bear is entirely fictional. In reality, koalas do live in trees, but they are gentle herbivores that feed on eucalyptus leaves, not savage predators. However, for tourists unfamiliar with Australian wildlife, the idea of a large, ferocious animal attacking from above can seem plausible, especially when accompanied by detailed stories of the drop bear's terrifying capabilities. Australians often go further by adding to the myth, claiming that drop bears prefer tourists because of their unfamiliarity with the environment and the scent of sunscreen. To avoid an attack, tourists are advised to apply Vegemite to their ears, speak in an Australian accent, or avoid looking up when hiking through the bush. These quirky survival tips only add to the fun and confusion, creating a perfect prank for local Australians to enjoy at the expense of those visiting from overseas. Though the drop bear is harmless because it doesn't actually exist, the legend is a testament to how Australians have a unique way of mixing humor and danger. It's a cultural joke that reminds us that in Australia, sometimes the most terrifying threats are simply a way to enjoy some good-natured fun at the expense of the unfamiliar. So, if you're ever in the Australian bush and you hear a rustling in the trees, don't panic. There's a good chance it's just a koala. Or, if you're a tourist, just remember the drop bear's myth is all in fun, unless you're wearing too much sunscreen. The Tasmanian devil, native to the island of Tasmania, is one of the most infamous and ferocious creatures in Australia. Despite its small size, this marsupial is known for its aggressive behavior, terrifying screeches, and insatiable appetite, making it nature's most ferocious mammal. Weighing in at just 5 to 12 kilograms, 11 to 26 pounds, the Tasmanian devil may not seem like much, but it's capable of devouring entire carcasses in a frenzy, including bones, fur, and skin, showing its impressive strength and determination to eat. This carnivorous mammal earned its fearsome reputation from its powerful bite and its habit of scavenging on larger prey, including dead animals that other predators wouldn't dare to touch. When it comes to food, the Tasmanian devil is often described as being relentless and ruthless, engaging in violent tussles with other devils over a kill. It's not uncommon to hear the blood-curdling screeches of the devil as it fights for dominance, and the sound can be so chilling that early European settlers believed they were hearing demonic cries. One of the most striking features of the Tasmanian devil is its jaw strength. With a bite force that can crush bone, it can devour an entire wallaby or even a kangaroo carcass in a matter of hours. Their powerful jaws can open up to 80 degrees, enabling them to consume every part of their prey. This feeding behavior makes them vital scavengers, playing a significant role in the ecosystem by cleaning up animal carcasses. Despite their reputation for violence, Tasmanian devils are not a direct threat to humans, and in fact, they are generally shy and solitary creatures. However, their intense behavior when it comes to eating, and their unique screeches can be unsettling for those unfamiliar with the creature. Unfortunately, these fierce mammals have been severely impacted by a fatal contagious disease called devil facial tumor disease, DFTD, which has decimated their population over the past few decades. Despite conservation efforts, the Tasmanian devil is now listed as endangered, and its future remains uncertain. The Tasmanian devil may be known for its ferocity, but it's also a reminder of the incredible and wild biodiversity that Australia hosts, home to creatures that are both terrifying and necessary for the health of the environment. So, while it's not something you want to encounter in the wild, the Tasmanian devil remains a fascinating symbol of Australia's untamed nature. Australia is not only home to some of the world's most dangerous wildlife and extreme climates, it also has hidden underground cities that might just surprise you. These subterranean habitats are a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of Australians in the face of harsh environments. One of the most incredible examples is Cobarpedi, a remote mining town in the South Australian desert, known as the opal capital of the world. Cobarpedi is famous for its underground homes, known as dugouts, which have been carved into the soft rock of the desert. These dugouts were originally created by early opal miners seeking refuge from the intense heat that regularly reaches over 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit during the summer months. The temperature underground remains a constant 23 degrees Celsius, 73 degrees Fahrenheit, offering a cool refuge from the oppressive heat outside. Today, more than half of the town's residents still live in these unique, earth-sheltered homes, creating a subterranean community that is unlike anything you'll find elsewhere in the world. Coober Pedy isn't the only place where Australians have taken refuge underground. In Boulia, Queensland, residents have dug underground homes and shops to escape the scorching temperatures and dust storms of the Outback. These underground cities are designed to be practical and energy efficient, using natural insulation from the earth to maintain comfortable living conditions year-round. Beyond just homes, Australia also has underground churches, hotels, and even art galleries. One of the most stunning examples is the Phase Underground Art Gallery in Coober Pedy, which showcases local artwork in a cool, cave-like setting. In fact, the town has a variety of tourist attractions that highlight its unique underground lifestyle, from underground mining tours to the iconic underground church that was carved by hand. But why build underground in the first place? The Australian outback's extreme temperatures and lack of water have made earth-sheltered homes a practical solution. Living underground offers protection from the harsh weather, as well as a way to reduce energy consumption, making these underground communities an innovative answer to survival in one of the most unforgiving climates on Earth. Australia's underground cities are a fascinating example of how people can adapt to even the most extreme environments. They may seem like something out of a sci-fi movie, but these hidden communities are living proof of human ingenuity and the drive to overcome the challenges of nature. And while they may not be the most traditional way to live, these subterranean homes offer a unique insight into how Australia has thrived in the face of adversity. Australia is a land of extremes, a country where the beauty of the natural world exists side by side with some of the most deadly and dangerous forces on Earth. From its venomous creatures to its unforgiving landscapes, Australia is a place where nature's raw power is constantly on display. But despite the danger, it is also a land of resilience and adaptation, where humans have learned to survive in the most hostile environments. Whether it's the deadliest animals on the planet, like the inland taipan or the great white shark, or the extreme weather conditions that have led to some of the most catastrophic bushfires and flooding, Australia is constantly reminding us of the thin line between life and death in the wild. But this land of extremes also has a beauty and allure that draws people from all over the world. The breathtaking landscapes, iconic landmarks, and unique wildlife create a captivating contrast to its harsh and dangerous elements. Australia's underground cities, like Coober Pedy, show how the ingenuity and determination of its people have allowed them to thrive in the most uninhabitable parts of the country. These hidden communities, carved from the very earth itself, are a reminder that survival in Australia requires adaptability and a deep connection to the land. The Tasmanian devil and drop bears remind us of the myths and legends that shape Australia's culture, while the Min Min lights add a sense of mystery and wonder to the vast, empty spaces of the outback. Yet, despite the constant threat of danger, Australia remains a paradox, one of the most sought-after destinations for travelers and explorers looking to witness nature's wild side. Whether you're diving into the depths of the Great Barrier Reef, surfing the giant waves of the Gold Coast, or exploring the stunning beauty of the outback, there is a unique adventure waiting for those brave enough to take on Australia's extreme and unpredictable environment. In the end, Australia is not just a place of danger, but a testament to nature's incredible power and the spirit of survival that continues to shape its history. It's a land of discovery, beauty, and challenge, where the dangers only add to the allure of one of the most extraordinary places on Earth.